Okay, we're now to the point of writing the second script in our homework, and that is the catalog display script, the one that's going to build the HTML page. It looks like this. You have the HTML page. You don't actually need to write up your own HTML. You should find it under product.html. That's your template. We'll be looking at that template shortly. But the very first thing that we need to do is take a product ID and then create a new product object, that's going to do something very similar to the stock object. Instead of getting the data from an API call, as we did with the stock object, we're now going to get it from the database select query. If we look at the homework discussion, you can see that it shows you the select query that you're going to need. You're going to get the value out of the table that you created with the ETL script. And then you're going to need to populate the object with it. To do that, of course, that means you're going to create a class definition, class product, and it's going to have an init. And the init will do the select, get the data out, and then create 6 attributes for the object, where it will assign those values from the query to the object. By the end, you should be able to just test this as a separate script. You'll have your class definition obviously all completed. All it's doing is having an init that does a select query and populates the object with attributes. But by the end, you should be able to run this code and see obj name, obj list price, obj sale price. They should all be there in the product, populated from the database. The next step is to add a method that just does a simple calculation. You can see the calculation there towards the bottom of the screen. It's simply taking 2 of the attributes and computing them to get out the savings percentage that's also going to go into the page, and we're going to use a method to calculate it. And by the way, understanding why we need these attributes and understanding that we need these attribute names, I would suggest you go to your data here, go into your templates, find the product template. Here is mine right here under the templates directory, and just view it in the browser. You can either view it in the browser or you can view it as a whole. It's a little clearer in the browser, but if you view it as a text file, you can see that these tokens are here. Now these are Jinja 2 template tokens. I actually like the view of it here because you can kind of see everything all nice and presented. These tokens are very similar to format tokens from a regular format string, Python format string that we used last week. This week, we're going to use Jinja 2, which is a different templating engine, and it uses double braces for its attributes. And here you can see not only are we able to pull out object attributes, very similar to what we had done with the stock object, but we can even call methods. You can see I'm calling getSavingsPercent in this template. So that's why we are defining the getSavingsPercent method. You want to be able to write your own code that will do this, so that when the template gets the object, it will be able to do the same.